Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tony McKeage and this video is about the clouds of back. Now, the background to this video was I originally took the photographs and recorded the video about 4 weeks ago, but in the processing my computer had a meltdown, which meant that I lost the processed photographs and the video in the crash. I had the original raw files of the images, which I've since processed, and this video is a substitute for the video I lost. Now, the background of why I haven't posted now for quite a while is I really found that after I was a bit frustrated by the fact that I had to totally reload the computer with operating software and all the applications that I had on it. But I also realised that I was suffering from a little bit of YouTube treadmill. So I decided to give it a spell for 4 weeks before I got back into it and have a bit of a think about the way I run the channel and its effect on me. So anyway, to introduce the video, as I said before, is about the fact that the clouds are back. And it was on a day where at about 10 o'clock it was pretty clear that we had clouds, but they were disappearing fairly quickly. So I took off at about 11 o'clock and headed towards Ashurst, and the first group of photographs had taken up Centre Road, and there are a couple of panoramas of the wind farm with the clouds. And the thing that I really wanted to bring out was the fact that the clouds were making the light drift across the landscape. The second spot where I stopped was right at the Manawatu bridge at the mouth of the gorge, and I introduced that by saying that this was a spot where I think I was going to do a video about the Golden Triangle. And if you're not sure what the Golden Triangle is, I introduced that in a video approximately 2 or 3 months ago called How to Get Better Compositions. So in that video, in that spot, I concentrated on the light going across the landscape and across the hills, and took a series of photographs as well as a panorama. Following that, I went up to Valley Road and had 3 different stops. The first was at the lookout. The first was at the lookout, and the photograph which I've taken before. The lookout's better because the actual area where I take it from is a little bit wider, and therefore I'm able to get a bit more scope in. The second is a photograph of an old house with some derelict machinery around it and basically some rubbish. The third is some quite nice looking pastoral scene with some pylons disappearing into the distance. The third group of photographs are taken up on Ridge Road, and basically a couple of panoramas and 2 ordinary stills. One taken of a cabin and one taken of looking almost due southwest across the river. Following that, I drove up towards Rangiwahia and headed and attempted to get some photographs of the Stock Dam, which I'd taken previously, with the mountain in the background. In this case, the mountain wasn't in the background, but the light was reflecting off the Stock Dam, and it was looking pretty good, to be fair. Following that, I went out to Peka Road to a photograph I took about 3 or 4 months ago of an old house there. And again, at the time I arrived, it was pretty dark. The cloud was across the sun, but it was pretty clear that there was light coming. And I took a series of photographs showing as the light went across the subject. wind the video up, just want to discuss one little point with you. New Zealand is currently in lockdown. We had one case on Tuesday last week. Now we're in the 20s, probably approaching the 30s. This Delta variant is quite horrific. We know that it came through our managed isolation from Australia, and the whole thing is under control. New Zealand's approach is isolation. Our nearest two neighbours, Fiji and Australia, asked to have travel bubbles with us, which we extended to both of them. Both fell over because of their own lax policies as far as eliminating the disease. Now, if you've watched the video this far, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have watched this far, then, and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel and hit the alert bell. If you've enjoyed the video, please press the like button, and also if you want to give me some feedback, please put a comment in the YouTube page where this video is embedded. Thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.